Hey everybody, I'm back again. This time we're going to work on setting up a green screen in OBS Studio so that you can do backgrounds in Google Meet. This is not an exact science. It requires you to play a little bit, but it's fun and it's worth it, I think, in the end for the product that you get at the end. So the first thing I'm going to do is share my desktop with you. And as you can see, I have my green screen hanging behind me and it is green. OBS will give you an ability to choose between several different colors and to even customize if your screen isn't green. I just want to point out also, it's completely fine if this whole green screen setup doesn't work for you. As you can see, I've got myself in my OBS page right here and it will work just fine. I'm big and bold and I'm in there. It's just a little bit more fun to have you feel like you're actually in the scene. So if you're up to doing it and you feel like playing with it, I encourage you to do that. First thing I want to say is that if you use the same video capture device in multiple scenes, whatever you do in one scene will show up in the other scene, whatever adjustments you make to this video capture device. If you locked it, you need to unlock it because you're probably going to want to play with the positioning of yourself in your scene. So I have clicked on video capture device. I have selected it so it turns blue and I will right click on it and I'm going to select filters and this screen will pop up. Now, I don't really need to worry about the audio video filters at the top. Just ignore that. It's the effect filters that we want. I'm going to say up front, I don't have any special lighting and I just kind of fiddle with things. I've closed the shade on my window here to the side. I've got a light on over there, a light behind. It's just kind of play with it to see what works for you. This is actually a curtain that's hanging in the middle of my room. Not the most high-tech setup. So I am in filters, effect filter. I'm going to hit the plus just like I do for adding anything to any of the boxes in OBS, and I'm going to select chroma key. Chroma key is really the only one I use in this whole thing. So select chroma key. You don't need to rename it, not necessary. Just going to click OK. And this is what's going to come up. You can see right there, that's my green screen behind me. And this is where the science comes out of it. And it's just kind of playing and adding because there's a bunch of different filters that you can play with to get it to look the way that you want it to look. I am going to suggest that you adjust your multiple screens so that you can see this adjustment window as well as what is appearing on your OBS screen. All right. Now, just like I said before, you could choose multiple colors for your green screen, green, blue, magenta, and then there's even the custom. You could select whatever color you have and kind of tweak it so that OBS recognizes it, but I do have a green screen. So that's the color I'll choose. Now, what I'm going to do, similarity is the first one you're always going to play with, and you're going to try to make your screen disappear. You want to just try to make it look like it's just you. And so as I start to slide similarity, you'll see that it'll start to gray out. That's pretty good. Look at that right there. Okay, so I'm gray here, and in my screen, look, that's pretty good, right? I'm kind of surprised that I don't have to play with anything else right now. Maybe it's because I've been playing with it. But I could tweak. I'm going to show you if I like just to adjust things to get them more perfect, you know, as, you know, change the coloring, whatever you want to do. You could make yourself see through a little bit. Do contrast, and again, it's just going to tweak things, and you can play with the brightness. This whole thing, there are, you know, there's brightness, there's gamma. I don't need to play with any of that, but it's easy just to slide it back and forth, and then like these are all at 0. If you don't like what you move it to, go back to 0. Just play with it. So now I have the screen there. So look, I close, and there I am. Now, if I go to my special person, oh, there I am in the middle. Now look, I adjusted. Remember I showed you that you could hit Option or Alt and hold it down as you adjust the sides of your thing, I'm going to select it because I didn't get off all the black. So I want to adjust it. Watch it. I'm going to hold down Option on my Mac, and I'm going to make that disappear. See, I missed it a little bit there again. So I go Shift and I go in. Voila, it's perfect. Now look, do you see I did the opacity? So now I'm a little see-through. I don't like that. That's a little funky. So I'm going to go back to my video capture device, my filters, and I'm going to click my chroma key, and I'm going to go all the way up on my opacity because I don't want to be see-through. That's a little freaky. And now I'm better. So you can't see through me now. You can't see that line. That's kind of funky to play with too. A little bit of fun. Okay, so now there you are. I'm reminding you that on this one, my kids are going to see that backwards if I don't. And do you see my hand disappears out of my green screen there? I need to play with that. But I can make myself bigger and give myself more room to move a little bit. I can go like this and Shift, Option. I'm going to play with my black there a little bit. Okay. So my kids are going to see this backwards if I leave it like this. So I'm going to remind you to select any image that you have. I've got to unlock it for it to work. Right click, transform, flip horizontal. So now, and I've got my hotkeys all set up. I can go back and forth. There I am. I can move. I can do things. Lots of fun. Okay. So listen, I'm going to go back to this one because again, I don't want my hand to disappear. I am going to show you that I can go like this. I can make myself bigger and adjust. I can play with all sorts of things in this screen to make it, to give myself more room, you know, to point at things. All right. You know, and if I like to do, like I'm going to add a scene that's called word wall for you because I'm going to show you that I like my word walls. And so I've got to add my audio input capture because we got to do that for everyone. Add existing. Okay. Oh, I didn't select it. I've got to select audio input capture. Okay. So now my audio is there. I got to add my video, third from the bottom, video capture device, add existing, and I'm already going to be this, right? And I'm going to go like this and boom, make myself take up the screen. Here I am. Hello. All right. And then I'm going to add my word wall. So watch, I'm going to add an image and I'm going to call it third person present because I got all sorts of word walls. Third person present, and I'm going to go search for it. And I am going to remind you that you need to keep your backgrounds in the same place or OBS will not be able to find them. Okay, and I click OK. I am adjusting my word wall. Now what do I need to do? I need to bring myself to the front. There I am. Now, I am blocking out my third person. So I need to, I didn't mean to double click on that. I'm going to put that to the top for a second. And I need to play with this. Now, okay, I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to put myself back up at the top. And I am going to go like this, Shift. Oh, I meant Alt. Remember, here's where I'm going to change the size. So I'm hitting Alt on and hold, or Option, and holding it down and pulling it until my black disappears. Look, I didn't get it completely on that side. And if you're like me, I'm a perfectionist. Teachers suffer from that. And I'm going to pull that in a little bit more. There we are. Remember, I can only go to the borders of that, then my fingers start to disappear. But great for pointing, hey? Now remember, my students are going to see this backwards, so I need to right click on the image, transform, flip horizontal. Now it's better. So if I want to point, right, can point all the way along, takes a little bit of practice. My question words, I can point to them. And it does, it takes a little practice because this is opposite. Not only is it backwards, but it's opposite. And then my other words are over there. You got to work like a weatherman. Okay? So there you have it. This is the green screen. And if you ever don't like the way you look or the way that the lighting is portraying you in this, you go back to your video capture device, you right click, you go to filters, select your chroma key, and you play with it. And you can adjust it, make any adjustments you want till you like how sharp you are. Next step is adding this into Google Meet. Super easy. We'll talk about that on the next video. All right, so I'm going to stop share. I hope this helped.